Like, if we're gonna stick to gender roles, then let's stick to gender roles. So you want me to cook, you want me to clean, you want me to do all that stuff, but sir, can you fix the toilet? Can you fix the sink? If my car breaks down, you gonna know how to fix it? You know how to cut the grass? Like, come on. Like, if we're gonna stick to gender roles, like, stick to them. Like, be able to put up your end of the bargain as well. What's up, YouTube family? I'm Khristin, and we're back with another video. So today I wanted to do a kind of spin-off of a get ready with me, but instead of it being get ready, it's do your hair with me. Since I don't wear makeup, that's one, and then two, I don't have like a very extensive skincare routine. So I figured we could do a do your hair with me type of thing. So I'm doing a braid out right now. My hair is freshly washed, and I washed it with the Mono's Hair Curl Co-Wash Plus Conditioner and the Curl Hydrator Shampoo. And then in the shower, I put on my Mayo Organics leave-in. Love this leave-in so much. So I figured what we could talk about in this little do your hair with me, I got like relationships and just black men. So in keeping up with, you know, my pillars of wanting to be transparent, you know, I just recently turned 24. So, and I just wanted to say that in me turning 24, in these 24 years of life that I have been living, I have never been in a relationship. Not by choice. I'm just gonna say that. It wasn't by choice, just being, you know, real. But, and that doesn't mean that I haven't, you know, talked to guys or whatever the case may be. It just has never really worked out, because at the end of the day, I realize my worth, and the few guys that I have talked to, they just were not, they weren't it. And not to say that they were like bad or anything, they just weren't what I would need. So yeah, they just weren't what I would need. So for me, I am a very like calm person. Oh, and by the way, this is what I'm gonna be using to do my braid out with. It's called the Dew Mousse Def Texture Foam. So this is what I'm gonna be doing my braid out with. And I have low porosity hair for anybody that cares. So yeah, but anyway, to get back into it. So for me, I'm a very calm, chill like person. And like me, and I'm just a very peaceful, like just type of person. Like I don't welcome too much conflict into my life. And I feel like now that I've just been growing more in who I am, like my peace level is just super high. And so one thing I'm not gonna do is allow somebody to come in and disturb that, okay? That's what we're not doing. And that's just on period, you know? So, and not to say that those guys, the very few guys that I talked to would have superbly like disturbed my peace, but they just weren't at the standard that I need. Like my father has set this standard that was very subconscious to me before, but like I said, I've been going on this growth journey, so it's becoming I'm becoming more aware of it now. But he is just at this standard that a lot of these dudes out here just are not, they just not giving what they're supposed to give, okay? So, for me, I'm very much a person where it's like, I'd rather be single and happy than in a relationship and miserable. And so, yeah, that is really why I haven't been in a relationship. Like, I don't want to be in something that I'm unhappy with just for the sake of having a title of being in a relationship, you know? Okay, so yeah, and I feel like in today's society, you know, when it comes to relationships and women, it's just, I feel like a lot of these guys out here just don't, they just have, and I'm not talking about the good ones, but like just a lot of what you see like within the celebrity world or whatever, like they just have these issues of really just wanting to be in control. Like the society's kind of definition of now like a ride or die chick is a woman that sticks around through a man's mess. And I'm talking in, you know, terms of like heterosexual relationships, but you're sticking around in a man's mess, letting, you know, she has to stick through all of that. You know, he puts her through like hell and all of that stuff until he figures out, oh, I done put her through a lot, let me act good now. No, sir. No, you don't get to do all that. And I do not subscribe to that way of thinking. I don't subscribe to, you know, being, if that's what a ride or die chick is, I want no parts. I want no parts, because what I'm not gonna do is allow you to put me through like a whole toxic, borderline, if not fully abusive type of thing until you decide you want to act right. No, sir. No, sir. You're not gonna do that. You're just not gonna disturb my peace to reward me. Like, you acting good and showing me love, that's not a reward for me sticking through all your mess. I'm sorry, no. That is something that needs to happen at the beginning. And so I feel like within society, that is just such a huge thing, because you will just hear so many times within these celebrity relationships, if a woman gets cheated on and she's ready to leave, you know, the dudes are like down here like, oh, you need to give him a chance, like yada, yada, yada. But when the shoe is on the other foot, it's like, oh no, you need to leave her, she for the streets, yada, yada, yada. And I'm not saying that cheating is good, but it's just the double standard. And I think that's really just the big premise. It's just the double standard within these relationships today that really, for the most part, benefit men. I'm not going to say that there aren't double standards that, you know, don't benefit us. But a lot of these things benefit men. And I just feel like I just cannot, and I will not. Like, I am not going to sit around having you decide that, you know, you don't want to be in a relationship with me because you still want to mess around with other people, but I'm not allowed to mess around with other people because I'm in the relationship, but you're not. Like, I'm not. That is called an entanglement. That is called a situationship, and I am not here for any of that. I'm just not. And so I think a lot of times, like, we as Black women, now we definitely get ourselves into those situations, most definitely. But like, I'm not gonna say that we don't have that, but a lot of us that are like good women that, you know, not to say that those women are bad, but like women who know who they are, and a lot of us are realizing like who we are and what our worth is, we don't stick around for that. And I think that is another reason why, you know, they tried to label us as like, just like, we can't be submissive. Like, for one, that's not being submissive. Being able to, you know, like putting up with your mess, that's not being submissive, first of all. Two, like just saying and speaking on our mind and knowing our worth and not letting him or her, but we're just gonna speak in terms of a heterosexual relationship, not letting him just, you know, just walk all over you and whatnot. And so we get labeled this, and, you know, I think that's why a lot of guys, they think that that's what a woman is supposed to be. And so then they go to other races because they want somebody that they can control. And we are not here for that as Black women. Like, we are just not. like I said, we have definitely seen many relationships where there definitely are women in those, you know, types of situations. Seen them personally, you know, and all of that stuff. But I think for the most part, a lot of us are strong in who we are, and we're just not here, you know. And then they think that we're upset because they're dating outside of their race. No, like whoever is your person is your person. Like if they're not black, then I mean, it is what it is. Like you're allowed to love whoever you want to love. But the issue is that you try to bring us down in loving somebody else. And it's just like, what we got to do with your love with that woman, you know? And so it's a lot of just bringing us into things that don't got nothing to do with us. Like if you want to love a white woman, go ahead and love a white woman. But there's no reason for you to bring down black women in your explanation as to why you love that white woman. When nobody asking for like what black women had to do with that. We were asking, why do you like XYZ or whoever the person is? So, yeah. It's just, dating in this society right now is just super hard, and dating black men is like really hard. And that's not me saying that they're like every black man out there is bad, because I definitely know that that's not true. But it just be hard out here in these streets, man. It'd be hard, like it'd be real hard, because the good ones are just very far and few. Or you have some that think they're good and believe that because, you know, they're nice that they deserve something. And it's like, sir, if you believe that, then overall, you are not a good man. You are not a good man. If you believe that you deserve whatever you think you deserve because you were nice. No. Like, you need to just be nice to be nice. Like, that's what a nice person does. They're nice to be nice. They're not nice to get something in return. So yeah, and a lot of these guys, and like when it comes to gender roles and all that stuff, believe, and I know it's like all over the place, but this is kind of how my brain works, so just bear with me. But you know, and a lot of these guys have this thing of wanting to kind of still stick to gender roles and whatever the case may be. And for me, it's like, if we're gonna stick to gender roles, then let's stick to gender roles. So you want me to cook, you want me to clean, you want me to do all that stuff, but sir, can you fix the toilet? Can you fix the sink? If my car breaks down, you gonna know how to fix it? You know how to cut the grass? Like, come on, like, if we're gonna stick to gender roles, like, stick to them. Like, be able to put up your end of the bargain as well, you know? Like, they just want so much, but don't want to do anything in return, you know? Like, you know, you want a submissive woman, but are you a man that is worthy to be submitted to? Are you? Like, are you worthy to be submitted to? Like, I think these are some questions that men really need to start asking themselves. And I feel like we don't teach a lot of our men that. Like, you need to be worthy to be submitted to. You don't just off bat get that. You don't just off bat deserve that just because you're a man, you know, or just because you're of the male species. Like, that is something that needs to be earned. You need to show that you deserve that you are worth that, because most of the times y'all are not. I mean, that is just tea. Like, most of the times you guys are not. And that's not to say that we as women don't have things we need to work on to make sure we are deserving of a man that can do the things that we require, that we really want. Of course, we have to work on ourselves, but a lot of these dudes out here be thinking that they just, because they of the male species, that they deserve king treatment, and they over here acting like peasants. Like, come on, I'm sorry, but no. Like, cause what I'm not is Boo Boo the Fool. We not, no. And I think a lot of us have heard that clip of like, a woman multiplies whatever is given to her. So when you, like, you know, if you give her a house, she'll give you a home. If you, you know, sleep with her, you give her sperm, she'll give you a baby. You know, if you give her groceries, she'll give you a meal. So, you know, if you disturb her, she gonna disturb you. Okay? And I'm definitely not one of those people to, like, I definitely know that I'm too lazy of a person to be spying on my man. Like, if I don't trust you, then there's just really no point. I'm not finna be over here being like Sherlock Holmes trying to figure out X, Y, and Z. I can ask a friend to do that, but it's just like, if I don't trust you, there's just no point in us. There's just no point. Like, because I am not the type to want to go through all of that. Like, I'm not. And that brings me to another point. Like I said, sorry, I'll be all over the place, but this is how my brain works. This generation in toxicity is just really beyond, it's beyond me. It is beyond me. Like, we have this obsession with being toxic. Like, people actually brag about how toxic they can be. And that was just never giving. That was never giving anything to me, you know? Like, why are we trying to praise being toxic? That's not cute. And some of the toxic stuff we're talking about is really like abusive. Like, so it's just like, it's really something kind of wild to me how much we praise being toxic to other people, and, you know, not showing people love or being mean to get them to want to come to us, like messing with people's emotions, like purposefully going after people that you know are weak so that you can get them to do what you want them to do. Like, that will always be beyond me. And I really hope that we get out of that, because being toxic is not cute, was never cute, and never will be cute. You know, like, just be a good, genuine person. Like, we wonder why we can't get in good, genuine relationships. And that's because we're so busy wanting to be toxic to people. Like, you don't deserve a good relationship if all you want to do is mess with somebody's emotions. Like I said, I will never have somebody come and disturb my peace. Like, I'm just not doing that. I'm not doing that. My peace is too sacred for me for you to come in and disturb it. The minute you start to, like, do a little rock in my world, you need to go. You need to go. Because I'm just, no. Like, I do not have the time for you to mess with that. It's too much. Like, I've worked too hard to get to this peaceful mind state that I'm in. Like, I've just been growing so much into who I am as a person, into who I am as a woman, what I want to be as a woman, who I want to be as a woman. For you to come in and try to tear down all of that, like, no. You can stay over there, so you can stay over there. And that honestly goes for kind of anybody, like friend, boyfriend, family member. No, you're not coming in and disturbing my peace, period. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's just so much we need to work on just as a society. Just be a little hard, because a lot of guys from jump, like, don't be honest, which is, like, super weird to me. Like, if you're not going to be honest in the beginning, and you're going to be lying over dumb stuff, because obviously in the beginning it's going to be some dumb stuff that you're lying about if we barely know each other, then I can't trust you with big stuff. I can't trust you to tell me big stuff. Like, I just wish that, you know, people would just be upfront. Like, I've tried talking to guys where it's like all they really wanted was, you know, that one thing. And I'm just like, you could have just said that from the beginning, because I may not want to do that with you, but there are plenty of women out there that would. So you would just save yourself the trouble and the time, and then you coming in just trying to woo when all you want to is do. Like, you want to do somebody, like, just say that from the beginning. Like, I just feel like the communication of today really sucks. And social media probably plays a big role or a big part into why our communication sucks today. But it is just super trash. And so I need people that are gonna go against the grain and actually be good at communicating. You're gonna be good at being honest from the beginning. Because what's the point of lying when you don't even know the person? Like, you don't even know me. So what are you lying for? You don't know. We could be, you know, you just ruined it. Like, what is the point of lying? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. And overall, I want our generations to just do better. Like, I want us to do better. This generation, well, both men and women, but, specifically for the sake of, like, this video and what we were talking about, like, I would just like our men to do better. Like, just do better. And I feel like there's definitely a whole lot of just deeper things as to why our men are like this today, which would be a whole, like, another topic. Like I said, just a whole deeper thing. But just keeping it at the surface level, like, I just would like them to just do better and just respect us and respect the fact that you can love whoever you want, but there's no need to put down other people for, in explaining who it is that you like, I guess. Yeah, because at the end of the day, when you disrespect Black women, I really think that is just you deflecting on your own, like, you got some, like, self-hate going on there because you were raised by a Black woman, so when you come for Black women in your explanation as to why you prefer white women, Asian women, Hispanic women, whatever the case may be, you're putting down your own, like, family line. You're putting down the women in your life that raised you, So, yeah. All right, guys. So I am done putting in the braids. And so now I'm just gonna kind of do this thing to, like, stretch the braids that I got from a YouTuber, and I don't remember what her name is, but I will link it in the description box below. And all of the products that I used with the Mono's hair and the Mael Organics and the Dew, I'll also link those in the description box down below. So yeah, like, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this type of video and if you want to, like, see it some more, see, like, more like this. Yeah, if you would like more of these do your hair with me, like, kind of discussion types of videos. Also, let me know, like, what is your preference when it comes to men? Like, what are you looking for in a man? Or, like, what, if you are in a relationship, like, what does your man kind of already do for you that, maybe is different than your other relationships? Sure. And then last but not least, y'all, if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, just to help with that. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and, join the gang, join the fam, the YouTube fam. And yeah, so until next time, y'all, bye.